Lately online, I've been seeing Sage Naruto, specifically the one that fought Pain, get scaled a lot higher than I think he deserves. I don't know if there's some weird agenda being pushed or if there's just like a lot of cope, but there's a few factors that come into play when discussing Sage Naruto's power during that fight that a lot of people just don't really want to acknowledge. For one, Naruto straight up didn't fight against the full power Pain. Pain using his almighty push at the beginning of his invasion and fighting multiple strong shinobi back to back before finding Naruto should be proof enough that he already spent a lot of his chakra and wouldn't be at full power during that fight. We know Naruto also had prep time for the fight, having clones that he could store sage energy in, and he still ended up losing the fight and needing Kurama to rampage. And I'm not trying to downplay Naruto here, but like I was saying, he literally only scales to a fatigued Pain and still lost the fight overall. So based on feats alone, Sage Naruto doesn't really scale anywhere concretely. He only has one major statement that people use, and we're about to get into that statement right now because I think it's widely misinterpreted. The statement I'm talking about is the one from Fukasaku that says Naruto surpassed his predecessors, but I'm gonna be honest, I really hate this statement with a passion. People say this statement is referring to power when it clearly can't be. For one, a few chapters earlier, Fukasaku was shown questioning whether or not Naruto's sage abilities surpasses Jiraiya. So Fukasaku's statement later on about Naruto surpassing his predecessors would clearly connect back to his previous statement, specifying sage mode. When you're reading something, you have to take everything into context instead of just picking out one or two lines and then isolating them. So with everything in context, it's clear that he's referring to just sage mode specifically, not referring to power. And another thing to consider is that we literally see Minato here too. I know there's some people that actually think Sage Naruto beats Minato, but that's just wrong. We know that Raikage sees Casey in one Naruto, who we know is stronger than Sage Naruto, and he still says a finer shinobi hasn't existed since Minato. So Minato should easily be above Sage level. All the Fukasaku statement should be taken as is a foreshadowing that Minato had Sage mode and a confirmation that Naruto's Sage abilities surpassed Jiraiya. There's nothing relating to power being brought up, just abilities and foreshadowing. Now that we got that out the way, I'm going to give my reasoning as to why I think Sage Jiraiya would beat Sage Naruto at that time. For one, we know Jiraiya scales to a full chakra Pain. It's stated on the Naruto website that Jiraiya could hold up against everything Pain throws at him, and I recently noticed that the manga portrays the Pain fight a lot differently than the anime does. In the manga, the Jiraiya versus Pain fight cuts off right here and resumes at a later point, but the anime, it adds a scene of Jiraiya briefly fighting against a few Pains and then getting forced underwater, where he's able to use a Keke barrier to drag one of the Pains into a pocket dimension. The reason I think this is a lot different in the manga is because we see Jiraiya say he tried to drag all 6 into the barrier and only managed to get one. So this leads me to believe that Jiraiya fought against all 6 for some time, and in the middle of the fight just tried to drag all of them in the barrier but only got one. We even see later that it's stated by Kakashi that Jiraiya fought all the Pains at once, and we know Kakashi would have gotten that information by Fukasaku, and Fukasaku was obviously right there with Jiraiya while he was fighting. So based on this, I think Jiraiya was during this off-screen moment, was just fighting all the Pains at once. And keep in mind, he only has one arm, meaning he's weakened. So when you compare that to Naruto, who had prep time with the Shadow Clones, he had knowledge of Pain's abilities, and he fought against a weakened Pain, you should clearly be able to see that Jiraiya did a lot more with a lot less. So it's really no wonder why Pain says Jiraiya could have beaten him if he knew his secrets, and even admitted that Jiraiya was a challenger in the fight, because I think the manga portrays it a lot differently. So yeah, I don't think Sage Naruto during the Pain fight is quite at the level of a full power Sannin like Sage Jiraiya. For Sage Naruto's power, we know he should be stronger than Sasuke pre-5K summit, Setsu says. And I actually saw recently that it was stated on the Naruto website that during the little mini fight Naruto and Sasuke has after the 5 Kage summit, they both realized that if they go all out against each other, they would die. So this is kind of hinted at in the manga too, but it's like a lot more open to interpretation from what the statement actually means. Like it's not spelled out like it is on the website. So a full power Sage Naruto should be equal with like a full power post Kage Summit Sasuke. Like, this isn't really Sannin level, since we know the 3 Sannin are comparable to the 5 Kage. So like the Sannin level is like a bit higher than like the average Kage level. And we know Sasuke, he could fight against the Kages like pretty good. So I would say that Naruto being equal to Sasuke would put him at Kage level, but we really don't know that he's Sannin level at that point. So yeah, that's about it. Says Naruto is a Sannin victim. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments below why. And yeah, I hope you like and subscribe so you can see my future videos. And thanks for watching.